before babies didn't even know who she was. I think I was still looking for who I was. I was definitely talented. I was everywhere. But I won't say that I knew my purpose until I popped one out.
That is Korra Obidi, Nigerian-American dancer, performer, entertainer, and mother of 2 daughters, known for turning personal challenges into moments of strength, dancing through pregnancy, and living unapologetically in public. She has built a global following drawn to her raw honesty and magnetic energy.
When I was sick, I had to take care of myself. When the children were sick, I had to take care of them. When the spouse was sick, I had to take care of him. Who was taking care of me? You might be right next to somebody, but you're not with them. You're feeling alone.
As a co-parenting mother navigating life after a very public divorce, Korra speaks candidly about what it means to be present in a marriage but profoundly alone, and what it took to reclaim herself on the other side. Today, Korra opens up about finding her identity through motherhood, the discipline behind the dancer, leading a double life between the stage and the school run, and why she believes there is nothing faster than 9 months of pregnancy to ground you in who you really are. I'm Ezinne Asinugo-Onyeka, and this is the Goodmother Series. Korra, I want you to help me paint a picture. Who was Korra before babies?
Korra before babies didn't even know who she was. I think I was still looking for who I was. I was definitely talented. I was always there. I was everywhere. But I won't say that I knew my purpose until I plucked one out. And then I was like, when you pluck one out, your time becomes divided. And having a divided time, it forces you to focus on what is important while you laser focus on what you're good at. Because if you keep really dallying with what you're not good at, you're going to get subpar rewards for your time. So yes, I think that it was motherhood that kind of narrowed it down for me, because I was on a tangent that I didn't even know. I was always available. I was on everything. I was there, but I did not really have Korra because a person who has no, I would say I wasn't talented, but a person who doesn't have a vision will be everybody's paraphernalia or whatever. You'll be used by everyone. And so I was there. I was used on backstage. I was dancing. I was backup dancing. I was voiceover. But I didn't really have my own thing. I love all those years of doing that because it really cemented, the talent and made me focus on what I was good at. So before kids, I was looking for myself. After kids, in fact, the finding of self was too abrupt for me. It was like a sudden realization.
Would you say you were free-spirited and you were very much like, do you know what? I want to try this. I'm going to go for it. I want to do this. I'm going to go for it.
Definitely. I would say I lost my free-spiritedness after kids. I'll say that I was definitely free-spirited without a focus. Like having a mission and a journey, I'm still very free-spirited. Like I woke up this morning and got a ticket to Tokyo. I went to Tokyo last week.
I saw...
I'm still very free-spirited. It's just that now I have a focus. I know what I know what my talent is. I know what my power reach. You understand? I know what boundaries are. As a woman, I know what example I want to show my daughters as well. These are very key points, especially if you're someone like me. Like for me, I was so driven by passion. Like you couldn't tell me anything about dance. You couldn't tell me anything about music. This life, I was so driven by passion and no grounding. There's nothing faster than 9 months pregnant.
Like, man, the way it was just like, oh yeah, sit down, think about your life.
You will be rooted and planted.
For sure. Okay. So let's now take us to when you were suspecting that you were pregnant. The moment you were like, oh, I might be pregnant. Take us back. That you're really reliving things right now. What was that moment? When was that moment?
When I came to LA, I was married traditionally in Nigeria. That was a very bad divorce. You already know how that one went. Public, it was yikes. But as at the time when I came to LA, he moved to LA for me. He wanted me to, be in LA. This is where the swing of things, So we came here. He was living with a roommate. They were paying rent at a place. It was about $4,000. They were splitting it in half. It was a nice place. Imagine an Igbo girl coming to LA, come with my base saying, "Oh my God." And then the roommate absconds, and you're left with $4,000 rent. You pay it for 3 months, 2 months. You have to pack out now. So stayed in a very nice apartment for about 2 months, after which we had to pack. And then at the time when I found out I was pregnant, we were sleeping on a massage table in his office. Both of us. Sometimes we sleep on the floor, I'll sleep on the massage table. Sometimes I'll sleep on the floor, he'll sleep on the massage table. And my boxes and everything were stored in the closets of the office. We'll wake up in the morning and go take a bath inside the public restroom. I didn't take a bath. I would literally just sponge up myself. But you have no clue in the world that we were living in there, right? And then one day, early in the morning, like we'll wake up and go take a bath like 5 a.m., both of us. And we'll just be like, shit, it didn't even feel like we were just in little two young people going, hey, and blah, blah, blah. And I just peed, and he just smelled my pee, and he said, shit.
He smelled the pee and figured it out?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He was like, Korra, you need to get a pregnancy test. I'm like, what? He's like, you need to get a pregnancy test. I'm like, eh? It's like, yeah, I think I smell something in your pee. I'm like, oh God. Because the smell of your pee will change instantly.
But it's interesting that he caught that, obviously.
He was like, you gotta check. So that night we decided to sleep in the car, and we went to get a pregnancy test, and I peed on it, wiped up, and checked it, and it was pregnant.
Wow.
Yes. So I was like, hey, whoa.
Wow.
At this point, I'm 28 years old. So I'm like, yes. If it comes, yes. Although he was like, let's wait 5 years. I said, oh, you will kill boy, you don't know nothing, because I want but early. What do you mean 5 years? Yeah, let's just make it in LA. Once we make it in LA, we have a house. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro. When you enter a marriage in Nigeria, they are making 1-2 years. If you never say you do abortion. So just after your womb with all the abortion way they do. And for me, honestly, I'm already now they're already speculating all sorts of things.
They love to tell us that we're concubines of the industry. Thank you.
Now one rich man now they sleep with that. Now they
it reminds me of an article I read about CEO dancers that we're all literally all of the band's wives. I said, how? Like, how? Okay, so we're going to move on we're going to put you in the hot seat. Yeah, we'll have some questions for you. And we just want you to be as honest as you want and have fun with this. So, the truth about motherhood that no one prepared you for is
nobody is going to take care of your baby for you. You're with your baby 24/7, 365. That baby is your child. So in case you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to have a baby and then I'll snap back and I'll just go right straight to work, you will receive the repercussions of leaving your child alone. You will face it. You will not hear about it. You will feel it in your body. You can't abandon your child. You cannot leave your child for a stranger, because you feel it in the future. You might not feel it now. Oh, you think you feel it in the future. Yeah. You don't, motherhood is not a part-time thing. It's a full-time job.
It's 5 full-time jobs. I don't even see it as one. It is, you're a doctor, you are a therapist, you are a cleaner, you are a stylist. I picked up mad skill sets when I became a mom. I said, oh, I didn't know I had this in me.
Me, the one that I really love that I picked up was time management too.
Yes, that's a big one.
Me, I can get so carried away. I get carried away. But because of motherhood, I have a schedule. And because of something, I can do a lot of things in one day. And I'm thank God for time management.
Okay, next one. I felt most alone when
When I was married.
Oh, talk to me about that.
I was alone when I was married. I was married but alone. Unlike you, you have a very present husband. I was single but married.
People say that. How does that in reality look for you?
Okay, for me, it just felt like when I was sick, I had to take care of myself. When the children were sick, I had to take care of them. When the spouse was sick, I had to take care of him. Who was taking care of me? So that's the alone I mean. You might be sleeping right next to somebody, but you're not with them. You're feeling alone. It's like you just cannot describe it. But when you're alone, you're alone. When I had the baby, 6 months into the baby being born, my first one, my ex traveled for close to a month. When Athena was born, when I just gave birth to her, the divorce, 1 week, the divorce started. Like there was no, the divorce, I want a divorce, 1 week postpartum. So there's no looking at, hey, is she okay? She just gave birth. You know, is she okay? This is her first time being a mom. I can't leave her for 6 months, for 1 month, and the baby is 6 months. You know, your husband cooked all those food for you and he left, right? I was expected to cook. So I was very, very lonely when I was married, even compared to the loneliness I feel as a divorced female, a divorced Black female. I think that I will make that like times two when I was married. Because right now I don't expect anything from anybody because I'm not married, right? But when you're married, you just be like, but I'm supposed to be married. How come it's so hard? You know? It's like it wasn't ideal. But now things are different, very different. That feeling of being tied down by the kids, especially when you don't have a partner that is helping at all, appears when you divorce because you have them 50% of the time now. So for the 2 weeks that you don't have them, you can focus on your other babies, which are your career, whatever you want to. So I think that it works for some people and it works for other people.
I felt most powerful when.
I gave birth to my second.
Really? What made you feel powerful? Like,
Just the familiarity of it. And I did it in my house. So it was like, I've been here, I've done it before. And is it gonna disappear right after her head comes out? Because the head is the widest part, right?
so you did natural for both of them.
Yeah, natural for both. But the second one in my bedroom.
What's the hardest thing I don't always say out loud?
Can I be vulnerable with this one?
Yeah.
Doing it alone as a divorced female is hard. I don't always say this out loud because for me, they go on my page, you see a woman living her life, wow, must be nice. But it's not easy to be a single mother. Nobody plans out, my future ambition is to be a single mother. No one wants to be a baby mama, but life is always lifing. So it's not, once you're able to deal with the fact that you're alone, but you're not lonely, you are able to understand that your time is like mathematics. You can calculate it and you can schedule it and you can literally curate your existence. Once you're able to understand that power is your own sole responsibility, you'll be able to cope better. But it's not easy.
So you're literally constantly on the go, constantly. There's no time for you to kind of like decompress mentally because it's just ongoing. Because there's one thing, child, then there's home, then there is bills, then there is future investments. Like, wow.
No, but for me, I've scheduled in decompressing. So now I'm not as stressed. But when you don't prioritize it as much as you prioritize doing your child's assignments, now she's in first grade. I have to do her assignments with her every day. We do her reading logs every day. This is a priority if I want her to read and write. If we don't prioritize decompressing, stress reading, doing something you love, going to a dance class, traveling somewhere new, you will end up very, very sad. You end up being those women that are bitter and going on people's page to type nonsense, useless, get cow. Like you will end up being that. So you gotta prioritize all that. And that's what I'm actively knowing to do in 2026. I'm not passively doing it. I'm actively doing it. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And what would you say the part of you that is still healing?
Every single part, Jesus, every part of me is still healing from my eyebrow to my last. I'm still healing. I'm in a healing process,
Oh,
babe.
yeah.
I'm still healing. But I would say that I'm healed, very healed compared to like before. I have to give myself a pat on the back because like anybody that I decide to be with now, a person will enjoy bastard. I've spent $1,000 in therapy just asking myself, why did my marriage fail? You know what I mean? It's equally my fault. What could I have done differently? Why did it fail? I've spent so much. So, by God's grace, if I ever decide to, I don't think that I will though. I think I'm done with the institution though. But if I decide to love again,
Yes.
what a situationship it is, it might not be marriage because marriage is, you know.
Listen, I've said this to Ugo as well. I've said, this is it. Like, I'm not doing this ever again. It's not even a thing. Like, if God forbid this ever ends, I'm not everybody. I'm not doing. I am forever a single babe. Like,
Single life is so sweet. I don't know how I can go back to asking for permission.
Oh, speak on it, sis.
I don't know how I can go back to that. So I'm like, as much as I love, once that commitment of mine enters, there's an entitlement that comes with it, that comes with the me, that it just makes me very, very, very uncomfortable. What came one by one, follow come to this life. If I tell you, go somewhere, I need to perform here. I don't need you to tell me no. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you, hey, I would love to spend time with you, but I'm going to be busy. I'm not that. Can I go and perform?
And that's the worst, is when they be thinking you're asking for permission, when you're just giving you information. There's a difference.
Nah, it's crazy. When I was married, I would post something. Imagine making a dance video. You've been there. You know how much it takes. You're not this thing. You're playing the song again. You will go back, play, edit, right? Then you post it. My guy will come back, delete that video
Really?
every single day. Look at you. You're disgrace. It's trash. You're trashy. You're you're being on internet. And I will delete it. Another day, I will try and dress more proper, but I know the views will not be nice now. You understand?
Your brand it's not aligning with your brand. Yeah.
They'll just keep them. I will be so. Then I'll now do another one. Delete it. Oh, God. Not be small.
Before we continue, a quick ask. If this episode resonates with you, please like, follow, and subscribe to the Goodmother Series on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. It helps these stories reach the people who need them, and it allows this work to keep growing with care and intention. And if someone came to mind while listening, consider sharing this episode with them. Now, back to the conversation. You said, like, when your marriage ended publicly right after giving birth, what was happening internally that the world did not see?
Metamorphosis.
Talk to me about that.
For a long time, I knew that my marriage was not a marriage, but I was putting it together because I'm a public figure. When you know that your man is your man, you know that's your person. There's no sort of betrayal that can come in between. If someone comes to you and says, "Is that your wife?" Your husband can never say, "No, I don't know her," right? That's your person. For me, that was the case. I was literally like, love me, like be attached to me. Like, what's wrong? Like this was me all the time in my marriage. And I pushed that girl out. I knew I couldn't keep doing that. Like, I couldn't be wanting to be in somebody's life, like always proving myself to you, always, trying so hard to show you that I'm here. It was a constant proving cycle. Like, are you worth being my wife? Are you worth being my wife? I'm not begging for love. And I couldn't keep begging for love after Athena. I can't do begging anymore. We fought 1 week after the pregnancy. He wanted the cycle of begging again. I'm sorry. I'm still bleeding yet asking me to kneel down and beg you. I literally went down on my knees. What did I do this time? I'm sorry. I'm tired. I just want to rest. I just want to. As I was just begging, I'm doing like this. Something just clicked in my brain. I don't know what happened, babe. It was almost like
Athena happened.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Babe, when he went live, he went on live video. Yeah, tell them what you said. Tell them, normal argument, they say it to live. I know couples argue, but when you now go live to now be saying, tell them what you said. Just said, okay. But he saw that look in my eye. He knew that I was over. It was over. He knew he could tell. So what he did was he went straight to the internet to say, I'm divorcing Korra first. So he put it on his thing and divorcing for her. But I'm the one that went to the court. I filed for the divorce. I paid for everything. So I'm the one who did the divorcing. He saw it on a resolution. Do you know that I was 14 days postpartum? And we were fighting. We had not talked for 3 days. When you're supposed to be taking care of me, I was not like. So I picked up myself. I wore my pad, big pad. My nyash was still, squishy, and you know how it is. Oh, I walked. I took this one. She was still red. I took my other June in the double stroller I had just bought, testing it out from Amazon. Actually, I didn't buy my fans bought it for me. And then I was strolling with it. I went there. I went to the supermarket. There was a Rouse near me. I put in his favorite alcohol, his favorite cookies, his favorite thing, and flowers, just to come back, walking back, just to beg a man, I'm sorry. And I'm postpartum. You're the one that's supposed to be buying all these things. And I'm postpartum. What did I say? What did I do that you cannot forgive? I think he was saying, said, hey, I said something bad to June. I said, I regret born in June or something, something. Like, I never said, I regret born in June. I said, I regret going through all this alone. I want to be taken care of. I did personally. When I carried that flower, when he carried the cookies, he carried the cake I bought for an apology. I forgot it and dumped it inside the trash. That was my okay. So when I made my resolution, I was like, okay, we're getting a divorce. I went online. I'm divorcing Korra, and so that he'll be the one that said it. I don't know. Maybe it's a white boy thing. I don't want to be broken up with. I'm the one that broke up or whatever. So I said, I'm getting a divorce, and this is an exclusive to you. I've never told anybody this. And I was like, okay, whatever. My sister said, go and save your marriage. Go and kneel down. Go. Save your marriage. What is there in your ego? You don't want to beg. What is wrong with you? I said, I begged enough now. You guys have mercy upon me now. I begged enough. As I was saying this from one Brazilian girl that he went to Brazil, said she was sleeping with him, that's her boyfriend. He sent me a video of them kissing. I said, hey, okay, if you don't cement, what's loving it? What's loving it? And then he said something about me cheating on him 5 months pregnant, having orgies with Athena in my stomach at 5 months pregnant. All these things, people believed it too. Because that girl had brought out the news, so I was afraid I was going to now tarnish his name. Now I wanted to quickly tarnish him. I'm like, first of all, you can't even have sex with your husband when you're pregnant. You have to really.
That is a process.
So I want to start doing orgy with the pregnant.
That is a process. If any ladies have ever, listen, people that have sex while they're pregnant, you need to come and tell me, because I salute you. By the time I'm even turning to the first position, you might as well go to bed, because I'm finished. I'm like...
And I cannot deny my husband. I'm one of those African women who want my body at any time. So I will always open up for you. And I had to take antibiotics because he went to Santo Domingo. I don't know what he was doing. I had my nyash swole up. When you I had to take, and she was in my stomach. Antibiotics for pregnant is very dangerous to your child. So these are what I went through in the marriage. But then when I came out, it was a smear campaign. So today, if you Google why did Korra's marriage crash, they'll say she's a shitter because a white man said it. You know, every time I always tell him, I promise you, God will vindicate me. My children will vindicate me. And one day you come out and say, I'm sorry for tarnishing an image. We should have just left on amicable terms. You always come out and say it. I don't know when you're gonna say it, but you will say it. I promise you. It is what it is. Right now I hold nothing but pure love for him. I thank him everything that he did for me. I appreciate him for even pushing me to my limits because I will still be begging for marriage and love till today. You understand? Imagine like I don't want to be in a situation where my child will look at me and that is what they'll believe companionship looks like. A constant revolving, proving loyalty and love, begging for attention, begging for, even the slightest so I had to.
What would you say like you needed the most in that season, and who actually showed up for you?
I needed support. A collective of people showed up for me. I call them my Koreans, so whatever you guys, they showed up. They saved my life. They paid for my lawyer. They paid for my lawyer because he was tagging me an unfit mother. So as an unfit mother, he will have full custody. So I just got home one day. I saw an ex parte, immediate removal of my children from my custody. He had filed for an ex parte. Hey, now that one I just go live. You know me, they tell me to go live. That's why I just go live. People, guys.
You had to fight for your kids, man.
But he said, do you want to open the GoFundMe or do you want me to open it? I said, I'll open it. Let me open it. I said, but we're on the phone. We were on the live. We opened the GoFundMe in 24 hours. 100,000 has entered the GoFundMe. The next day, I got a lawyer. The next day, my children were back to me. They countered the ex parte with the restraining order. In America, it's the battle of the most money and they carry through. So if I didn't fight, those girls that will come to, they'll go to Germany and give birth, then they will find themselves back in Edo State.
This is it.
That would have been my story. I would have been in the girl that went to the US and gave birth, and then they sent her back, and the potter. You know, for then Bushi market. The thing they do, you never born. I say you just born finish for America. That would have been my story, if not for because also, when I was in the heat of it, my father kind of handed me over to someone in my family that we weren't as close, but this is the mother that I'm giving you now in this season. So my father kind of handed me over to this woman. He said, she lives in Los Angeles. She's my best friend's wife. I want her to be your mother in this period. And for me, I have trust issues like you. I don't know anybody. I don't want anything. I beg. I have my fans. I have money, like this woman was a game changer. There's nothing like just having an older woman, Black woman. There's nothing like having a mother. And I had no mother. I have not had a mother since I was 12. So just having a mother figure that would just sit down and come, do you really need to wear these pants today? Just calm down now. Just wait, please. You calm down, get a lawyer. Just a wise woman was a game changer for me. It changed the trajectory of my story because I would have been a statistic. All those Ashana, all those Ashevo where they go Italy, where they born, where they come back. That's so my story. I didn't tell you. I'm telling you, but I'm very grateful that the way things turned out. And when I wanted to go get a house for myself and my girls, I was going to get a house and he said he wanted to watch the kids while I go get a house. I was like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, my daughter that was only 1 week, he said, I've taken the children. That was when I was like, eh? So yeah, so that's basically my story. It was not a fine one, but in 2026, I am in a home that if I die, when I die, not if I die, my daughters will have this home, it'll be theirs. And for someone who I was married to somebody and my situation was every 2 days when he's upset, he takes my luggage and throws it out of the house. Get out of my house. My children will never have to experience that. Get out of my house, they have their house. Where is it? In Brentwood, Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that I will never ever take for granted in my entire existence. Like, who would have thought that this girl from Surulere dancing, like, how? Do you understand? So I'm grateful to God. And that's why I hold him. Even the guy who was very obnoxious and all the things. LA is not easy.
It's not, and it's so expensive. My God.
People who cannot deal with stress will take it out on the people in their lives. I've seen a woman that brought her mother here and slapped her mother. Yeah, mother that is helping you take care of your children. Because LA is not easy. Janet, I'm not justifying what the man was doing to me in the house, but you're a toddler they didn't teach you when you were a toddler, how to manage your emotions. When you're in LA, you're going to take it out on the vulnerable people around you. You're going to take it out on your kids. You're going to take it out on your wife. You're going to, if you don't know how to manage it, the stress will take you out. And the people around you will feel it. So great. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
So, Korra, the internet often debates your sensuality and your motherhood in the same sentence. Why do you think society struggles to accept a woman who is both sexually expressive and nurturing at the same time?
Because they see it as they want children to be pure. I understand them. They just want to preserve the innocence of children. And they believe that sensuality is not innocent. They believe that it's different. It's not innocent. But they don't know that the sensuality is what brought the life. It is an essential part of creation of life. And so if you were never sensual, you will never have sex, you will never have children. Now, there are different aspects to my sensuality, sexuality, motherhood, and the entire experience of it. And I think that as an Igbo woman who is very in touch with her chi, I'm very in touch with my essence. And I'm living around people who don't even know, they've never seen themselves. As an Igbo person, you see yourself. You see yourself. You know yourself. You've had an encounter with yourself. Here, many people are very detached. They don't know who they are. They don't know their essence. They don't know their self. Anything I do is sensual to them because they're so detached. They're so like, oh my God, how could she done? How could she, no, bro. I just like to sit like this. I like to sit because of my spine. I need to do, proprioception. I need axial extension. I'm not trying to seduce you. I'm not trying to be sensual. My children will look at me and they won't think, oh, mommy's hot. Oh, yeah. No, they'll just think mommy is just being mommy. That's my mom. But for people on the internet, it's inappropriate in front of kids. It's because you're so lost. You're so detached from your essence. You don't even know what is inappropriate and what is, because you're so boxed in because of like expectations of your job, expectations of this society, which are unrealistic for humans in the first place. Like, how can you tell someone to wear one shirt with the same color every day for 50 years and you give them a salary? They lose their essence. They lose they lose everything that makes them uniquely beautiful as a human being. And then those same people are the people in the comments saying, don't do that in front of kids. I understand, because you work at Trader Joe's and you have to wear the shirt for 24 hours. And I don't. I can wake up in the morning and say, hey, here's my toes. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do. This is how I live life. Absolutely don't have to conform to survive in this society. You know what I mean? So, especially people who are living in a kind of caged existence, that is what they always know, that they want to project that there. Don't do it, because all their life, they've had to not do it to survive. So that's the only thing they can teach you. Don't do it. I'm like, I'm sorry, we don't share the same.
We don't have the same DNA. I'm different.
We don't have the same life experiences. So like,
Yeah.
I know you had to do it because you went to law school, and in law school you had to. But I'm not a lawyer. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I'm not working in
In
Jiffy
an
Lube or
office.
whatever.
Yeah. Do you
You
get
know,
what I mean?
exactly. Like I
You're
just,
not.
I'm not.
Honestly, you're not.
I'm literally. I literally bring my thoughts to life, and I get paid for it. I have an idea. I wake up. I'm going to go to Delta and dance on top River Niger, and that's going to be my music. And that's it. Do you understand? That's what I get paid for. So you cannot tell me not to express my sensuality. Then I won't get paid. And you will be happy. You get paid to silence yourself. I get paid to speak up my truth. So these are two different lives that we lead.
Korra, would you say visibility has strengthened, like visibility in the public eye, has strengthened you as a mother or has forced you to grow faster than you were ready for?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, because I'm a mother in the public eye, every single mistake that I make is news. It's news for somebody to say, at least I'm better than Korra. Did you see what I did? Even if I'm suffering, at least I don't suffer reach that Korra and my children. You see, did you see? You know, I am the scapegoat. So for me now, it's not like I don't show my flaws. It's just that I grow a thicker skin, and there's always somebody who's going to try to tell you that what you're doing is wrong and they're better than you. You are better than me. That's the truth. You're better than. The only difference between you and me is I have to come here, show up here to eat. You don't. You're getting entertained. You don't. So you are better than me, and that's the honest truth. But yes, it did. After my first three viral videos of me being an unfit mother, I had to, I had to, buckle down and make sure that I, try and be as careful as possible. But no matter how careful you are, there will still be one mistake or the other.
And to be honest, if you people, and this song I was listening to from Flavor is even if you do good, they go talk. If you do bad, they go talk. Just people just like to talk anyway. So it's just you might as well pay me while you're talking.
Exactly.
Like it matters well. What boundary do you have to like learn, especially with the internet? Like a lot of mothers are like, oh my God, I don't want my child on the internet. I don't want this on the internet. Like I have friends till today, nobody has seen their children's face. Me, I plaster eating everywhere. So my own, that one, I don't bother.
I don't know why they have that decision to do that, but to each his own, right?
But what would you say what boundary did you have to learn for your own self? Do you have any boundaries that you're like, okay, cool, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that?
With my children, yes. Like for my children, when they're gonna show up in my live video, they're gonna show up very well dressed. They're gonna show up good, They're never gonna dress like me because I know actively there are pedophiles that watch my live video. So they're never gonna show up any skimpily dressed or anything like that. But other than that, I don't have any, like, I'm a free spirit. So anybody that wants to live, operating in fear is such a, God, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is real life. Imagine if you're living all your life with the fear of something. So because you're afraid of that, it hampers you from doing a lot of things. Imagine a life not done because of fear. It's just my highest fear. Actually, that's my highest fear. Hampering my life for the fear of an impending doom. That's my fear. So I want to experience everything to its fullest and know that I am not. I just don't want life to life. When lives, when people become like this, they don't want to. And then when you become like this, life stops lifing. So if lifed, your reaction to life lifing guaranteed that your life will never life again. Do you know what I mean? Like, guaranteed that you will never live a sweet life again. So like something happened back to me back in the day. I've experienced a lot of bad things, but I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna live my life. I'm still going to be open. I'm still going to love again and again and again. And I'm still going to have the best experiences. I'm still going to because your reaction to what happens to you in life is gonna determine how your life is gonna.
What do you want your children, your daughters, to remember about you when they're grown? Not Korra, but about mom. What do you want them to remember?
I let them experience everything. Like, and my daughter's like hype girl. She wants to walk, fashion baby, work it, walk. She said, yes, mommy. Even if I'm walking like this, like I want them to know that mommy was their biggest cheerleader. Mommy never tried to stifle them. If it was possible for me to take them any country that I'm going, I will. Not for the divorce and all the restraints. I will. I want them to explore. I didn't explore. I was raised in an African fear mindset. Now I want to explore the whole world. I know that that is not a good way, because it's just not a good way. You should let them explore. All those don't jump, don't move, don't stop, don't. Your children will grow up without balance. They don't know how to ride a. They don't know how to swim. They don't know survival skills. They don't have anything. So don't jump on my couch. Don't swim. Don't put your, like, hey, don't go near the ocean. Don't, I'm not saying that you should not do. You should not be careful. Just let them explore.
Don't instill fear.
That fear is not. It's not love. It's not. It's not help.
No, that's great. That's great. Okay, so all the hard questions are done. We're now moving on to a very important segment. So this part we call Stop Doing That. Korra, what is the one motherhood behavior or comment that you detest that you want to bring to the public to stop doing?
Stop judging. Especially when she has young children. Stop saying, oh my God, she go and clean your house, go and clean your kitchen, go and clean your. Especially when she's just trying to show up for content. She doesn't have to be for life. She just trying to grow something for her children to have a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you see a woman that just finished eating, stop asking if she's pregnant. You're a bastard. Don't ever ask her if she's pregnant. Stop it. She's not pregnant. She just ate.
We've spent a lot of time talking about you. It's time for us to kind of help some people out. This section of the show is called the Mom Hotline, where we have some moms who have written in and have some questions. And we are not advising here. We're just giving our perspective on it. So please, moms, do whatever you do what you want to do. We're not involved.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if it's just advice, you can take
It's
it.
just an advice. Okay, cool. So I posted a video dancing at my cousin's wedding, and I was wearing a fitted dress, nothing's extreme, just confident. Someone screen recorded it and posted it on a gossip page calling me a bad mother because I have 2 children at home. The comments were brutal. Strangers were debating whether my husband should control me better. My kids are too young to see it now, but one day they might. I haven't posted since. I feel embarrassed, angry, and honestly smaller. Korra, how do you continue showing up online when your motherhood is constantly being judged? And how should I decide whether to shrink or stand firm?
First of all, that's a very dumb thing for you not to post again. You had engagement for free from a gossip page that people pay thousands to be on. You did not use the engagement. You didn't put the very next day. If I catch myself, posting a selfie, so that they can insult me there. In the morning I wake up, I will delete all the people, block who I want to block. And now I have a picture that has 10,000 likes. Otherwise, I'll be struggling with 100 likes because of the traffic of the gossip. You're doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for strangers? Because once you're doing it for stranger validation, that is the only reason why you will not show up. You cannot do that, especially if you have a goal. If you're just posting for your hobby, it's okay. But as a mother, you can actually make money from your home while you're watching your children, like I'm doing. And if you have that goal where you don't have to ever clock in on any job again, you have to take it seriously like a job. And somebody did you the favor by sending that to a gossip blog. The group of apes that are typing, oh, you should define that to the father or control you better. Those people, if they see you in real life, can they even talk to you? Can you even converse with them? Are they people you can even have a productive conversation with about anything in life? If no is the answer, then why do you value their opinions in comments? Why is their comment now having power over your decision to show up on your page, especially if you have a goal of monetization? The truth is, nobody is going to hold your hand, take you through the rigmarole of being a paid content creator except yourself. If you want to be a paid content creator, sit down at home, make 6 figures comfortably in a year. Never have to leave your home. You absolutely cannot be bothered about what they're saying about you in the comments. All you should be see your professional dashboard. That's all you should be checking. The numbers on your professional dashboard, because whenever anybody wants to make you a sponsor, ambassador, you want to get brand deals, the first thing they'll tell you is, can we have a screenshot of your dashboard just to see the numbers and the audience reach? That's all. Well, they only care that someone gave you free engagement and you threw it away. I have a show. That is insane. People will let them talk. They need to talk on your profile, or else you will never be paid by any platform. Not YouTube, not Facebook, not TikTok. Nobody will pay you a dime if people are not talking on your page.
I guess what I'm hearing is all about perspective, because a lot of people don't see that perspective of so so, and I think that's refreshing, because I'm not someone that cares about what people say, but I've never thought of it in that way, where it is actually, this is great.
When I just got the post, every day I was Insta blogs grandmother. It was only then, after one very defamatory post, I was like, I'll copyright you, then they come and beg me, please release our post. I'm like, because why you be letting people to be dragging me like this all the time? Every time they posted me, I make sure I posted on my page. Insta blog one post. I was going at an exponential rate. Even if people were insulting me, calling me a whore. You know that time now I was the whore of Nigeria. Every woman and their scruffy looking husband, they'll be hiding him. My husband, making a content. I don't want your husband, bro.
For real.
But I was the divorced woman, and I felt like a woman scorned. To be honest, that's how I felt. I felt like the community reject. Oh yeah, go and marry the white man that you wanted to marry. So that's how I felt, unfortunately, at that point in my life.
That's a great advice, actually, because even for me, that's a good lesson for me to learn as well. Because sometimes you shy away from certain things, but you're like, no, just step into it, like 100%.
And try and selectively ignore. Like when I was being vilified, the numbers were going crazy. I could go live right now and see 11,000 people watching. My numbers were going crazy, and I was getting paid a lot of money. But comment was so bad. But I'm only focused on people saying, you look good today. I'm like, thank you. I will name your name and give you that attention. Focusing on the people that were, so because I was consciously focusing on the people that were celebrating me, it looked like the whole people were celebrating. But if you go into that comment section, you said you go shock what they read where I know they even reply. So you selectively ignore. For me, I'll go on my page early in the morning. I first do a cleanup, like 20 minutes cleanup. I share kobo. I will first delete and block everybody. First delete, clean up my page. A potential sponsor comes for a brand deal. And even so, I still struggle with people that will still go and personally send the brand. Don't walk with this man. She cheated at 10 months pregnant. She cheated, like there are people who go out of their way to do that. And I still have a black brand cleanup. But there's no growth without it. Anybody who has viral will always tell you it's always viral for something bad. Something good doesn't even go that viral except it's Olympic. But like bad news is always what makes you go viral.
That's interesting. Okay, so next one says, my husband cheated repeatedly. I finally left. But in my church and family circles, I am the one labeled impatient and too modern. He still is invited to family events I'm whispered about, I'm raising the children alone, but I am the scandal. Some days I wonder if staying would have been easier than carrying the shame. How do you survive being misunderstood publicly? And how do you teach your children confidence without when your own reputation is constantly being attacked?
Your reality is the sad reality of a few women that I know. Unfortunately, the society that we live in as Africans is very, very male centered. They will they will make you the woman who is crazy or living and destroying her home, the man who's cheating, potentially giving you a disease you cannot cure. For me, my own sacred. You go and you stick it inside another woman unprotected. You come here and you want to stick it inside me. I don't think that I can do that. And you create that boundary within yourself and externally, and your family are vilifying you for a boundary you clearly set, then that is not family. That is not family. Family sticks by your boundaries. My sister says she doesn't want you anymore. So we don't want you either. That's family. Not my sister destroyed her family because she couldn't stay to marriage. What's there? The man did not beat that. That's a very sick mentality. I will exclude myself from anywhere I don't feel welcomed or whispered about. I will leave. My absence is very loud. For me, I come, oh. And when I leave, it's also like this, If you don't want me there, you're whispering about me that you know next time is 7 years at least. If I go 9 years, I'm telling you, because you won't see me again. If I feel uncomfortable,
Me, I do delete. I just delete you. Like, it's so bad. Like, I could delete someone that I've known for like 5 years, but like delete to the point that me and you might be talking and I'll be like, what's that person's name? Like, and it's not even like I've genuinely deleted you from my mind. Like, that's how bad. I move on sharply. I'm just like, I beg. Like, there's no space in my mind to dwell on people's problems. I'm like,
me, once you enter my circle and I love you, I love you. And you hurt me, it's really hurts, you know? Sometimes I'm like, I have a very small circle, like with my hat, count how many people. But once I love you, I love you. I know everything about you. I know your birthday. We talk every time. So delete you like this. Just take you out of my brain like this. Hey,
gone.
yo, that's for power.
And you only get one chance with me. It's bad.
But for me, yes, you can delete me. When I leave,
I've
you go to
left.
find me. You go to find me from here to Sokoto. You know, go see my tech lights. I will leave. Like I left my marriage. I will leave. You know, they had me to leave because I have grown a love for my essence, my chi, so that anything that is not of good to me.
Good and service to you. Yeah. Okay, we have the last one. It says, after 2 children, I don't recognize myself. Stretch marks, loose skin, weight that won't move. My partner says that he still finds me attractive, but I don't feel attractive. When I see women confidently dancing and moving and growing online after babies, I feel inspired, but I'm also insecure. I want to feel powerful again, but I don't know where to start. How do you rebuild confidence in your body after childbirth, especially under comparison all the time?
You have to tell your husband that you need a week or two away. You have to go to a friend's retreat. I'll give you her information. She's a friend of mine. Just to reconnect with yourself again. Some people can't do it by themselves. Otherwise, you can do the long path. Along with some path, you don't have to go to anybody or connect. Some people do it better with groups, and some people can't do it on their own. You have to find the thing, like you said, dance was your thing. Doing it very much before you got the babies that you like. then you have to repeat it over some time. These are the practical steps. This will work. You have to do what you were doing before. You have to repeat it. On your seventh time of repeating it, something will kick in, but you have to repeat it. No matter how it feels, on your seventh time, okay, there was time before I gave back, I used to love to go to parties. You have to start out now, even if you're alone and you hate it and you're like, oh my God, you have to go out. On your seventh time, she will just come back to you, that older self of yours.
That's a great tip.
Then you'll be like, oh, I remember when I used to be like in that. Okay. You start to feel yourself again.
I should have done that because I went out once, twice. I said, "Oh my God, this is too much."
It depends on what you were doing more. Some people were ice skating more. Some people were they were doing stand-up comedy more. It doesn't matter what you were doing, but you have to do it 7 times. That's my phone. And you do it 7 times. Once you do it 7, like for me, I went salsa dancing 7 times. It was an activity I loved to do before. On the 7th time, you're just gonna have a tap on the back from your old self. She's gonna be like, "Girl, I missed you." Like, I missed you too, man. What's up?
That is a great tip. That's actually a fantastic tip.
You will find that all that stretch marks and everything will become battle scars. You'll be like, "Girl, we did that. Girl, we are so humans. We brought it." No. So you will just be tapped on the back. And you are saying your husband is very attractive to you now. If you don't stop your life right now and do those things, very soon he will stop being attracted to you, because you cannot be attracted to someone who doesn't find herself attractive. You just said with your own mouth that you don't find yourself attractive. He's not a saint. Every man wants a woman that is a little bit like, even if Korra is finer than me, I get, pass on. You know, there's a little confidence that his babe should have that you have lost because you've lost that girl. Find her.
Honestly, I think it's even hard because I think it took me about 2 years to find my confidence again.
Yeah, that's about the time. So this 7 times I'm telling you, it's over a stretch of 2 years, babes.
Okay, fair.
Oh, like,
because it took me a while.
You cannot even be breastfeeding and be finding yourself. First
speak on it.
Pick a side. Are you going to breastfeed for 1 year, then you now start your activities, or you want to feed and start your activities? Because you ain't going to find when you have the feeding factory of another human being. Do you understand? You can be loving on yourself, but that girl that you know, that girl, you know, the Russian dolls, the Matryoshka dolls, the girl in university, the smaller doll that's been covered by this mommy doll right now, she will not knock if you're not away from everything. You gotta be separated. You gotta be separated.
You mentioned briefly about a friend of yours that does something, which actually leads us nicely into one of my favorite segments, which is called Support a Mum, where we want to highlight something mums or friends that are mums are doing out there that can really support other mums out there. So I just want you to talk a little bit more about this retreat or program that your friend runs.
For me, I don't have this retreat. I have Move with Korra. It's a Zoom class. So I have a bunch of women just on Zoom, and we just move. And we move every Thursday, sometimes Wednesday. But this year, the schedule has been so crazy.
So we have Move with Korra, and that happens.
You have Move with Korra, but let me show you her page. As a universe, she has a retreat. She's a yogi.
Oh, I follow her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So she has her own retreats and everything. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. She has everything that you need. And they have a group. She has groups. So you can join the next group or whatever. It works like magic. After this, you come back.
Got your body back. I'm bringing sexy back.
You will come back.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, so we'll definitely put up her link and also Move with Korra so that anyone that wants to join So you've done so well. This is the final part. So this is the wrap of the show. And to wrap the show, we have you do one thing for us, which is finish a sentence. Are you ready to finish this sentence?
Sure.
The sentence is, a good mother is...
A good mother is a present one. Every day you decide to be a good mother. Whoever you are, whatever you can, however you can show up for the children you bring to this world is completely and utterly appreciated. Do your best and leave the rest. You are nothing but a vessel that brought them in. You don't need to be anything more than that. Just show up. God takes care of his children. Do your best. That's it.
If today's conversation resonated with a change you are living through, consider sharing it with someone who may recognize themselves in it. You can follow the show wherever you get your podcast as we continue building an archive of honest, culturally rooted stories about identity, body, and becoming. I'm Ezinne. See you in the next episode.